What advice do you have for people who want to learn to lead? Those coming up behind you.
The advice that I have for people that want to learn to lead is get yourself a mentor, and you know what, they don't even need to know that they're your mentor. I mean, I've got mentors that don't even know they're mentors to me. And you know, model yourself after those leaders in the way of values and, you know, core values and that sort of thing. You know, reading is huge, to understand and read about some of the leaders that are here now and in the past, and some of the decisions that they faced, I think is invaluable to young people and folks that want to understand how to be leaders. And I think this whole idea of empathy, you know, I learned many years ago when I was in uniform that have a commanding presence but have a common touch. And that is, I think, one of the things that have helped me to become a better leader. A lot of people, when I see them, they really can't believe it's me for some reason. You know, I don't know. Maybe they think I'm, you know, Denzel Washington instead of Phil Washington. But it's amazing. I mean, the empathy, the common touch, but having a commanding presence, I think, is very key.
Go. You just stressed the importance of reading. What leadership books would you recommend? Or any books that you think were important in your trajectory?
Well, the best leadership book that I've read is Team of Rivals by Doris Kearns Goodwin. I think that's a powerful lesson in leadership. It tells the story, of course, of Abraham Lincoln and how he brought in rivals during his election to his cabinet, and how he dealt with each one of them based on their individual personalities. It talked about his dealings with, for example, Frederick Douglass, who was the great abolitionist, and how he was a great friend, and how Lincoln changed some of his thought patterns and his leadership approach based on his discussions and being a friend of Abraham Lincoln or Frederick Douglass. And so I look at that as a true story, an example of leadership. The ability to go to the Army and convince them that to fight for the freedom of slaves. This was not something that was very popular, but how he motivated the entire Army to actually fight for the preservation of the Union and to fight for the elimination of slavery is a really true test of leadership, and to insist upon the proclamation not being an executive order, but insisting on to amend the Constitution to make the abolishment of slavery permanent, because executive orders can be revoked. And so I think this was a true example of leadership. And then, you know, followed by, you know, another just incredible story of George C. Marshall, another example in leadership. George C. Marshall was sort of the architect of World War II, and his biggest job was, of course, you know, creating and designing a plan to defeat Nazi Germany, but also dealing with the personalities of some of his subordinates, namely MacArthur, Patton. These were incredible figures, but dealing with those personalities, George C. Marshall is an unsung hero for the country.
Those are great recommendations, and you've taught me something new today, so thank you for that. And also, you made me think of our beloved Norm Mineta.
Yes.
Talking about serving in different parties for Clinton and for Bush, just an incredible leader in his own right.
Incredible. Norm Mineta is another great example who talked about you only have really one thing, and that's your name.
That's your name.
That's right. And so, just a great American hero.
You protect that name, and you protect your ethics and your integrity, many of
That's
the
right.
values you share.